bequeath these gifts, and they can employ those gifts in some shape, form, or fashion pretty readily. And so the lines, as the Bible says, for them, they seem to fall in pleasant places. They're never really hurting for a place to fall in terms of how they work out their vocations or their jobs. That's what was going on with one brother. Lord knows the world needs stable people. We've got one brother, the older brother, whose life fell out more in neat little tidy boxes. The other brother, not so much. It wasn't for lack of passion, it wasn't for lack of smarts. He just could not, this younger brother, could not find his place in the world. But he was a passionate individual. He was a Dutchman. He joined the church, and he joined the church in the capacity of social worker, so they sent him to France. And he worked in a mining province in France, similar to our Appalachia. And he had this notion, here's the way he applied the good news, the way he listened to it, and the way he interpreted it. He could have lived in a nice house, could have lived in a good parsonage, but he didn't. He abandoned the parsonage and just lived in a shack, just like the town folk that he worked among. And because he was a man of the cloth in that day and age, he had the right to go about in fairly, decent dress, but he didn't do that. He abandoned that as well and just went about in simple rags of the peasantry. Of course, you can anticipate what the response among the town folk was. They loved him for his identification with their suffering and with their plight. Somehow, and this is also a true variable in our story, the church authorities, the bureaucrats, didn't see it that way, and they thought he was desecrating the holy office. So they fired him. They didn't let him they let him go. He didn't do that job very long. Here's where the story gets a little odd, and then I'm going to play the song for you. Right after that, our younger brother, who's having a hard time finding his place in the world, decided to become a visual artist. Picked up a paintbrush, painted his heart out for the rest of his life. That older brother that was there, I mentioned at the beginning of this monologue, that older brother was there with a gift for his younger brother. And that gift was called nurture and encouragement. The two men wrote lots of letters back and forth to each other, very tender letters, kind of a lost, kind of a dying art, I suppose, in this day and age. We still have those letters; they've survived. There's a sad footnote on this, and most of you already know it. The younger brother, the painter brother, who painted so many paintings, he died by his own hand at an early age, and he never sold a painting his entire life. Everybody in this room, everybody in this great state of New Jersey, the whole world over, we have all been made deeper, profoundly better people because of the artwork and the sacrifices and the risks taken by Vincent van Gogh. That's who that was about. Now this story is called Skin. This song is called Skin, and it's told from the perspective of the older brother. It came off a record called Blister Soul. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. I've seen him despondent a few times as of late. Sometimes the answer that love gives, it's the hardest one to take. See, I know he was prone to pain, voice of his own fear. Vincent, he picked up the blade, and he put it to his ear. Look at yourself in the mirror. You're all rumpled, red, stubbled, and gaunt. Walk a dead-end path in a dry cornfield, and now this morose response. So your princess, she don't want to see ya. No, your princess, she don't want to hear. Vincent, he picked up the blame, yeah, and he put it to his ear. Now, you gonna come around here and say those sort of things, you gotta take a few on the chin. You're talking about love and all that stuff, you better wear your thickest skin. Sometimes you can't please everyone, sometimes you can't please anyone at all. Sow your heart into
your sleep. Wait for the axe to fall. You there with the paintbrush, and you there with paper and pen. Yeah, we all got some kind of instruments. Play 'em loud, play 'em long till the end. And you know we come with empty hands. You don't come at all. Deal your best hand out in the marketplace, and you let the chips fall. The package may come wrapped up. There is a lesson here. Benson, he picked up the blade, and he put it to his ear. Now look, if you gonna come around here and say those sort of things, you gotta take a few on the chin. You're talking about sin and redemption. Well, you better wear your thickest skin. Sometimes you can't please everyone. Sometimes you can't please anyone at all. So your heart to your sleep, and wait for the axe to fall. Thank you very much. Thanks again. Mariah Rhodes on voices. There you are. And me on everything else. Stick around if you want to talk. Dean, thanks a lot.